Faith is not man's opinion and dream, as some imagine and feign, when they hear the story of the gospel, which when they see that there follow no good works, nor amendment of living, though they hear, and yet can babble many things of faith, then they fall from the right way and say, Faith only justifieth not, a man must have good works also, if he will be righteous and safe. The cause is, when they hear the gospel or glad tidings, they feign of their own strength certain imaginations and thoughts in their hearts, saying, I have heard the gospel, I remember the story, lo, I believe. And that they count right faith, which nevertheless, as it is but man's imagination and feigning, even so profiteth it not, neither follow there any good works or amendment of living. But right faith is a thing wrought by the Holy Ghost in us, which changeth us, turneth us into a new nature, and begetteth us anew in God, and maketh us the sons of God, as thou readest in the 1st of John, and killeth the old Adam, and maketh us altogether new in the heart, mind, will, lust, and in all our affections and powers of the soul, the Holy Ghost ever accompanying her and ruling the heart. Faith is a lively thing, mighty in working, valiant and strong, ever doing, ever fruitful, so that it is impossible that he which is endued therewith should not work always good works without ceasing. He asketh not whether good works are to be done or not, but hath done them already, ere mention be made of them, and is always doing, for such is his nature. Now quick faith in his heart, and lively moving of the Spirit drive him and steer him thereunto. Whosoever doeth not good works is an unbelieving person and faithless, and looketh round about groping after faith and good works, and wotteth not what faith or good works mean, though he babble never so many things of faith and good works. Faith is then a lively and steadfast trust in the favor of God, wherewith we commit ourselves altogether unto God, and that trust is so surely grounded and sticketh so fast in our hearts, that a man would not once doubt of it, though he should die 1,000 times therefore. And such trust wrought by the Holy Ghost through faith maketh a man glad, lusty, cheerful, and true-hearted unto God and to all creatures, by the means whereof, willingly and without compulsion, he is glad and ready to do good to every man, to do service to every man, to suffer all things, that God may be loved and praised, which hath given him such grace, so that it is impossible to separate good works from faith, even as it is impossible to separate heat and burning from fire. Therefore take heed to thyself, and beware of thine own fantasies and imaginations, which to judge of faith and good works will seem wise, when indeed they are stark blind and of all things most foolish. Pray God that he will vouchsafe to work faith in thine heart, or else shalt thou remain evermore faithless. Feign thou, imagine thou, enforce thou, wrestle with thyself, and do what thou wilt or canst. Righteousness is even such faith, and is called God's righteousness, or righteousness that is of valor before God. For it is God's gift, and it altereth a man, and changeth him to a new spiritual nature, and maketh him free and liberal to pay every man his duty. For through faith is a man purged of his sins, and obtaineth lust unto the law of God, whereby he giveth God his honour, and payeth him that he oweth him. And unto men he doeth service willingly, wherewith soever he can, and payeth every man his duty. Such righteousness can nature, free will, and our own strength never bring to pass. For as no man can give himself faith, so can he not take away unbelief. How then can he take away anything at all? Wherefore all is false hypocrisy and sin, whatsoever is done without faith or in unbelief, as it is evident in the 14th chapter unto the Romans, though it appear never so glorious or beautiful outwards.